I'm CM Coleman. Welcome to my life on YouTube. Let's talk audio. Yeah, audio. We need to talk about what you can and cannot do. What's important when you're doing, YouTube videos I've found is that they need to hear you. It's not just a visual medium, it's also an audio medium. Yeah, visual is really important, but a lot of people are willing to forgive sometimes bad video for, if you have good audio. If you do not have good audio, people will be upset. Like now. Let's switch over to a better, audio. How's that? Does that sound a little bit better? The audio should be clearer now because I'm using a better mic. A better mic will help you. Now, does that mean it has to be a more expensive mic? No. It just means that your mic has to be better than the one that you were using. The original mic that I was using was the mic that came on the webcam that I use for this setup. And is it an okay mic? Yeah, it's an okay mic, but it sort of gives me this hollow, tinny kind of sound. I want a deeper, richer sound, and that's why the audio is important. And the audio is also important because I can set the mood. You probably haven't been really paying attention to it, but underneath this, I'm playing some music. But if we cut it out, and it's just me talking, it can become a little bit, I don't know, not so great. I can set the mood with, the background music, but we'll talk about background music later on. But what's important to remember is audio needs to be clear, it needs to be great. Like I said, people will forgive bad video if you have good audio. Now, what comes into making good audio? Now, you've seen me on my set for my kitchen show. I wear a lavalier mic or a lapel mic. And that helps with the audio because the audio is right here. Now, on the set in my studio here, I have a desk mic, which hopefully will make me sound better. But whatever mic you can do, get the best mic that you can afford. Don't go into debt for a mic. Yes, it would be great to have all the expensive toys, but if you can't afford them, you can't afford them. Just do the best that you can. Now, there are all sorts of mics, and down below in the links, you'll see that I have linked the mics that I use in my production area. And they're great. I love them. I love playing around with the mics because it sounds so good when they are working. Do I have problems sometimes? Yeah, we all have problems. There have been some days where the lavalier mic in my kitchen was not hooked up to my camera, so it didn't record it. Did it sound horrible? No, it's still really good. But if I have bad audio, what I can do is I can dub the audio in later on in post-production. Post-production means that's when I'm actually editing, I put the audio in. And it can be a voiceover, which is just me talking over an image, which I'm not actually talking while the image was being recorded. Make sense? So I'm just putting audio over there. It can be done while we're at the scene where I can record the audio that I know that I'm going to want. So why is that important? So it has the same sound. So if I cut back and forth, I can cut back to that audio and it doesn't sound like, well, I'm in a different place. Now, there are all sorts of editing softwares and programs which will help you get the same audio sound, but right now, since you're probably just at the starting level, or you're like me and you're not the great on all these video editing softwares and video softwares, the things that I do is I use the audio right where I'm at. So I will record it using the same setup and just record all the dialogue that I would possibly need. The instructions, that sort of thing, so just in case I am all set for any problems. What about you? How's your audio going? Is your audio good? Could you improve your audio? Do you need some tips or ideas or suggestions on your audio? Because audio is very, very important. You don't want it too loud, you don't want it too soft, you want it just right. Don't forget to listen to what you've recorded. I always make sure to check out my recordings, and that way also I can make sure that sounds great. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know down in the comments section. It just touches on the audio. There is so much, there is like tons and tons of audio. So if you do have questions, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe. Every Monday through Friday, it's something different. On Saturday, it is always My Life on YouTube, where I talk about the behind the scenes of YouTube. Don't forget to check out my latest playlist, and as always, remember, running your house doesn't have to be a full-time job. Turn it into a hobby and have some fun.